Hey Kids Fit crew, welcome back for another segment of Family Friendly Meals. I'm Hy-Vee Dietitian Amanda, and as a dietitian, I coach people with their health through foods that they eat every day. So today's game plan is to get you and your family ready for your next tailgate. Family meals are so important for not only our mood, our performance in school and everyday activities, and also our connections with people. Even professional athletes have to make sure that they have these healthy eating habits. Without them, they would not be able to run as fast as they do, throw the ball as far as they do, or even communicate with their teammates as well. So without further ado, today's recipe that we will be making is touchdown chicken and spinach sliders. This recipe is not only affordable, delicious, a crowd favorite for sure, but it's a recipe that you guys all as a family can make together very easily in a short period of time, and that is a touchdown in my book. So the ingredients that you'll need for today's recipe will be 3 10-ounce cans of chicken, and you'll want to make sure to drain that, or you can get 1 rotisserie chicken and shred that apart as well. You'll also need 3/4 cup of cooked and crumbled bacon, 3/4 cup of spinach, 1 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes and garlic and olive oil, 2 cups of shredded mozzarella or 1 bag should suffice. You're going to need about 1/2 cup of melted butter, a teaspoon of Worcestershire. You're also going to need 12 whole wheat bakery rolls, or even the Hawaiian roll sliders will work just as well too. And you'll want to make sure to preheat that oven to 350 degrees. So let's get started. First, I already have my chicken drained in my bowl. If there's bigger pieces, make sure you take your hands or a fork and shred those pieces apart. I also added a little bit of cracked pepper onto my chicken as well. Next, I'm going to add half of my melted butter. So I'm only going to add 1/4 cup of the melted butter onto the chicken. Next, I will be adding my 3/4 cup of cooked and crumbled bacon. And next I'll be adding my cooked spinach. So I did get a freezer bag of spinach and I heated it up in the microwave. You would want to make sure it's thawed. And spinach, or even kale if you wanted to use kale, is going to provide us with iron. Iron is so important to carry oxygen and nutrients through our whole body. But plant sources of iron aren't always absorbed easily, so it's important that they work as a team with other nutrients, and that's where our diced tomatoes come in. Diced tomatoes contain vitamin C. Vitamin C helps us absorb iron. So together as a team, they help us get all the nutrients absorbed that we need. Tomatoes can be found in your pasta sauces, your pizza sauces, even ketchup, your salsas, and much more. And they even come in a variety of colors from yellow to orange to purple and red and much more. So we have those things added in. Now it's time to add some cheese. So our cheese and our chicken, bacon, that's all gonna give us some good protein, which is great for muscle health and muscle recovery, which athletes definitely need that. So we're gonna add about 1/2 of the bag in here. And then we're just going to stir this up. So I have a big wooden spoon. Perfect. So this recipe is great for even if you're tailgating at the game or a big backyard. All right, once you get it nice and mixed, guys, we're gonna be adding it into our bakery roll pan. So what I did is I cut the rolls in half. So I have my tops on one side and the bottoms in here. I didn't need to necessarily grease the bottom of the pan, so don't worry about doing that. And we're just going to spoon that mixture all across the top. This might even be able to make a double batch if you would like. All right. Then once we get everything scooped onto our rolls, we'll be adding our cheese on top. All right, and I think that's looking pretty good. Now to add some extra cheese on top, because why not? Cheese also provides us with that calcium and vitamin D, so it's great for our bone health. Now I'm going to be adding the tops of my buns on top like so. And then we're going to make this delicious glaze right on top. So I'm going to take the other half of my melted butter, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. It's a tough word to say, I know. And then we're just going to mix that up really good with a fork or a whisk. Beautiful. Then I like to take a brush and I'm just going to glaze that on top. This is going to give us such good flavor. After we're done glazing our buns, we want to make sure that we cover this pan with foil nice and tightly. So I'm going to pull this a little bit closer to me. I have my foil already prepared here, as you can see. And I'm going to cover this like so. And we're going to pop this in the oven for 25 minutes. Guys, they are smelling so good. I cannot wait to dig into these. Be very careful when you're pulling them out of the oven, as they're going to be very, very hot. So I'm going to pull this off the top just so I can show you guys what our final product looks like. Oh, it looks so good. Looky there, nice and golden brown. Once they're all cooled down, you can just take a little butter knife or a fork and pull them apart, put a cup on a plate, pair these with a veggie tray, fruit tray, and you are all set for your next tailgate. So let me know how you like these recipes, and we can't leave without your weekly challenge, right? So our weekly challenge is based on September being Family Meals Month. I'd like you all to commit to at least having one more family dinner this week. Be sure to take a picture, tag Hy-Vee Kids Fit, whether at your next family dinner at the table or even at your next tailgate. If you are enjoying these sliders, let us know. And thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you all next week.